In the speech of the representative from Turkey, I first learned the concept of soft power. Usually in newspapers, the news of a country is about their economy, military or conflicts, and we seldom find news introducing culture or history about the country. However, these resources are also considered as important elements that some countries use to affect the world. Understanding the concept of soft power not only helps us to see the world in different ways, but also reminds me the importance of being globally competent.
I remember that on February 24th, which is also the second class of a course, Russia invaded Ukraine on that day. Coincidentally, the lecture for the next week was from a representative of Slovakia, which is a neighbor of Ukraine. In the lecture, the representative of Slovakia shared information about the war, from the history to the latest situation. Until now, the war is still happening, and the influences are not only on both countries, but have spread around the world by inflation, unstable stock market, and longer time for goods transportation. All of these have strong impacts on our daily life, so that is why we shouldn't ignore anything happening around the world, either trivial or tremendous.
In the second week, Turkey's representative mentioned the concept of soft power. In the sixth week, we know that Australia also puts a strong emphasis on STEM, which is a current upward trend. This course keeps reminding me and my fellow group members that we're not only competing with people from NTU or people from Taiwan, but also people from the whole world.
People are not only unable to travel abroad to see the world outside. In fact, some of them are even restricted to stay in their own house. And that's cause of the thought of field trips to becoming more globally competent.
People cannot travel around the world freely due to the pandemic, and that is one of the biggest obstacles to be more globally competent since the interaction between people becomes narrower. And also, for the job seekers, the chances or opportunities that develop in other countries decrease as well because of the pandemic.
There are many challenges in becoming more globally competent in this pandemic era, but I believe that the main challenge is that people cannot travel to other countries as freely and as safely as during the pre-pandemic era, because traveling now is different in the new normal. You will always need to be quarantined and always do the PCR testing. These procedures can all be very costly, which prevents some people to travel and become more globally competent. And especially as I am an international student myself, I noticed that many international exchange activities are cancelled for a few years when the pandemic hit. So this can create a difficulty in me connecting to other people from different cultures.
For me, I will search for the history of many countries. In this way, I understand the background of events happening now. I read the newspapers. In this way, I can fully understand what is happening in the world and give criticism on a correct basis.
For me, I will keep up the pace of the world by watching the news happening recently, because every trivial thing happening in the world will have influences on other regions. Besides, as a student, it is our advantage to combine what we learn from the college with the current situation. As a student in the political science, I can take the former experiences of countries' actions we learned in the class to analyze and speculate how the global issue will develop and how it may affect us.
For me, the first and most important thing as a business administration student is that I should prepare well and in many aspects so that I can participate in the international events such as business conference in the future that may not be held in Taiwan. Moreover, I can also keep up with the latest global information from online resources available.